The governments of Guyana and Brazil have signed two bilateral agreements intended to enhance the infrastructure between the two nations in the interest of economic and social integration. The first agreement calls for the creation of the Guyana-Brazil Joint Commission to develop infrastructure projects. The second involves the sharing of technologies to reduce the effects of the drought in Region 9 of Guyana. The construction of the long-awaited Linden-Lethem Road is one of the key projects under the Agreement on Infrastructure.
The public infrastructure agreement that we're entering will be focused on fulfilling that obligation to build a road between Lethem and Linden. As you know, Brazil has done its part. Brazil has built the bridge under President Lula da Silva. And the road literally comes right up to the bridge, the Brazilian road. So we need to do our part.
Building the road could easily cost tens of millions of US dollars, a large sum for both nations. As such, the two countries will be working closely with the People's Republic of China on how to access the $50 billion US China Select Fund to pay for the project. Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenidge states that the first of these meetings will take place next month.
A meeting will be held in January the 22nd, in which all the eligible countries to the fund will participate, and they will work with the Chinese to understand exactly how the funds might be accessed. And once that is done, we can then tie the two ends together. One is the completion of those designs, and the other being the formal application for a loan to complete the road.
In 2009, Brazil completed the construction of a bridge crossing the Takatu River. This was a key project in Brazil's commitment to the multinational initiative for the integration of the regional infrastructure of South America. The completion of the Linden-Lethem Road would encompass Guyana's commitment to the initiative. President Granger outlined some of the reasons why the completion of the road is in the best interests of both nations.
Well, the road is not only for Brazilians, the road is for Guyanese, and right now Rupununi is the largest region in Guyana. It's as big as Costa Rica, but it doesn't have a proper road, either east-west or north-south. So the road is bound to encourage the development of the Rupununi region, and at the same time it will encourage international trade between the Caribbean and Brazil.
The completion of the road would include a bridge across the upper Essequibo River, thus allowing hinterland farmers access to coastland markets. On the topic of Rupununi development, the second agreement mainly involves the construction of water wells in Region 9. The Brazilian Army will lend its expertise in well drilling to bring fresh water to thousands of Guyanese year-round.
Communities, there are over 50 villages in Rupununi, could be supplied with fresh water continuously during the year. And the Brazilian terrain across the border is similar in many respects. So there's not only going to be a supply of physical infrastructure, but there's also going to be transfer of technology.
The government has plans to begin paving the Linden to Mabura Hill segment of the road next year. The project will be funded by a grant of approximately $2 billion Guyana dollars funded by UKAID.